Okay, everybody, welcome back to Exehaven Harbour, and slight change of plan with the bridge. Excuse me, frog in my throat. Now, sadly, I wanted to use the girder bridge, but that just would not fit in there quite correctly, and in the end, I decided to make my own bridge, and it's a work in progress. And I've made it. I had 4 of those girder plate sections left from a couple of packs of Pico, and I've just basically put them onto a piece of MDF, and at the moment I've just spray painted it black. Underneath here, when that comes into focus, there we go, there is like a girder section, a styrene sort of girder that I've placed under there, and I'm going to paint that up. But today's Easter Monday, and what I plan to do is just try and finish a circuit. I've got to wait for some paint anyway for the bridge, and I'll take you back down here. And the past probably, well, week, I've been working on the track on and off. And basically this is Exehaven Central Station. This line here is the local line, and this is the inner loop of the main line. So there'll be a platform that side and this side, so forming like 2 island platforms as such. And so I'm trying to remember where I got to, but anyway, we've come right round into the station as it will be, and round here I've been working on the curves to try and make them not too tight. The inner curve is going to be a 4th radius. I've got 2 pieces of 4th radius track there, and that's not too bad, but that will form the local line, and the trains won't be going around there at any great speed, so it should be fine. And I think some of this will be covered up anyway with some terrain and so on. But yeah, so I've made sure that I've got the outside line in of the main line. That is the inner line of the main line, and this is the outer line of the local line. So I don't expect you to all remember that, but that's what it is. It'll all come clear one day when it's all down. So anyway, I've managed to get it all on here. This track is now on here. It's all been tested. I've run a train up and down here, and that's all fine. And that's where I've got to. That's where the bridge is. I needed to do the bridge before I could go any further, just to make sure that I got it to fit right. But it's such a shame about that girder bridge. I just could not get that to work, because this bridge, believe it or not, is at a very slight angle. And the girder bridge isn't that wide, and trying to get the track off of there at a very slight curve was proving very difficult, and for the bridge to actually fit in there itself was pretty difficult. So I thought, no, we're going to go down another route, and like I say, I've made that bridge. Now all we've got to do now is go from here across the bridge round here, along, and we connect up with the back bridge, and that will then form a circuit. So I think my next task today is that I'm going to make the 2 pieces of track that will go on the bridge, because the bridge will lift out. I think, well, it doesn't really matter here, I suppose, but at the moment it will lift out. So I'll make a temporary piece of track to go on there, and it will become the permanent piece of track. I think it won't make any difference at all, but it will be just either end of it, and there won't be any electrical contact on that because it'll have it either side anyway. So that's that. And I will do the same. I also make a piece of track like I did for this bridge here, and just so that I can make the circuit. This bridge, these 2 bridges, and the other bridge that I will make will all be able to be pulled out for some reason. Whatever the reason may be, that's what will happen. So that's where I'm at. Hopefully the next time I show you a clip of video, we might have a full circuit. Who knows? And I'll see you in the next bit. Well, the moment has arrived. And after weeks and months of building the layout, we have our first circuit, the golden spike. The golden spike happened earlier this afternoon, just here. The track on the bridge at the back here is temporary. I haven't fixed it down because I'm not quite sure what am I going to do in terms of how it's going to be fixed in and everything like that. So that's just for now, but it works okay. He says. I can feel a kiss of death coming on there. Now, I've got the Brighton bell running. The reason that I've got it running is because I had it reasonably handy. I've had the schools class running, and that's worked pretty well. It hasn't been without its problems. The class 24 had the privilege of being the first train round the circuit, but I decided to run the Brighton bell in the end because, like I say, I had it handy and I enjoy watching it go round. But it has caused me quite a few problems, strangely. It was very reluctant to go to start with, and then it kept derailing on a corner, and I discovered that the connectors, because they're slightly different connectors, they obviously connect up and put all the lights on from the power unit here. It wasn't running, or it wasn't moving freely as it went round the curve. So I've taken it all apart. I've had a look at it. It's still not 100%, but it is working, he says. So we shall see as the train goes, and I'm going to start her off now, and you can see a full circuit. This point has also been a bit of a problem. I think it's just a dirty point, but it seems to be working okay now. There she goes, up and over the back bridge, the arch bridge. Like I say, just a temporary piece of track there for now. Now we're coming down to the problem curve, so I'm hoping it's going to go around alright, and it's the curve coming up next, this one here. Yep, and that seems to be working okay, so it's just coming up for a full circuit now. And I'll just stop her there. He says, there it is, round there. I couldn't get the stop button pressed, but yeah, it's stopped on that point and decided that it wants to throw a wobbly. Move that back. I hate doing that, but there we go. Caused a little short there, but I might have to replace that point. I think that has been problematical for all the engines, not just the Brighton bell. All right, now I'm going to give you a full view, and I'll just skip over to the other side. Right, so this is the full view of the layout. If I'll try and get us back as far as I can, and we're going to kick off. There she goes. I'm not going to zoom in or anything. I'm just going to go back as far as I can, and you'll see the train Probably disappeared in the background, but that will be a tunnel now. That's coming right up at the back of the layout. You'll see her appear at the back there. Depending on what speed they go, obviously, it does take about 1.5 to 2 minutes, depending on what's running, to get around the whole circuit. This will probably take about, I don't know, 1 3/4 minutes, I reckon. And this will just give you the idea of the route of the train, or the route of the track. That's where it sort of crosses over itself up there. This is as far back as I could get without falling out of the cabin. And there she goes, that's your full circuit. I'm going to let you have one more. Mainly because I'm enjoying watching it go round. This is such a good point now. Now I've got this circuit, I can really start cracking on and get the other circuit done. I can have trains running and just enjoy it. I love watching the trains go around, and I think I might have mentioned before, I've primarily designed this layout just for the trains to go round. There will be some play value, of course, but I just really enjoy watching the trains run around scenery. When I go to a show, I love watching the trains just run through the scenery, and you know, as the days and weeks and months go on and the layout starts building up, you know, I can sit back and have a cup of tea and watch the trains run through, or a beer even, eh? But yeah, so there we go, coming around for another circuit. Hope you've enjoyed that. I might just put this out as is, to be honest, just as that golden spike moment. It won't be too long a video, but you know, at last.